Hey guys, welcome to another episode of F.L.E. Meals. Tonight, we're going south of the border. So it's only right that we do an ACHIOTE y CULANTRO chicken thigh. We're gonna also pair it with a jalapeno rice. And then to finish, we're gonna do a cilantro and limon asparagus. It's gonna be a great night, easy pickup. So you guys get ready, grab your pads, grab your pens. We're about to start. All right, guys, so what do we have tonight? We have chicken thighs. I personally love chicken thighs because it's dark meat. It's a little fattier, which means it's going to give you better flavor. We have pepper, kosher salt. Kosher salt is very important that you're not using the iodized stuff because you can taste the iodine at the end of the cook. Kosher salt, as I've said before, I like it because it's flakier, it's a little bit cleaner with the taste, and it also dissolves into the food rather than sit on top of the food. Special seasonings right there, a little mix of some onion, some garlic, a little paprika, and some other flavors as well. You'll need jalapenos, rice, limes, diced onion, garlic cloves, and of course, asparagus. So guys, these are all the flavors and all the ingredients that you're gonna need in order to do our achiote chicken tonight. Make sure you pay attention because each ingredient has a particular step, and if you're not careful, you may mess this recipe up, all right? So let's get ready to cook. All right, guys, so like I was saying, we got these beautiful jalapenos. You don't really need much because we're going more for flavor than spiciness. So it's very important that you guys take out the seeds as soon as these get done, all right? But for right now, we're gonna throw them in a pan. You don't have to put any oil on them, just throw them in dry. And we're gonna throw them in a 350-degree oven for about 15 minutes. Next, you guys, we're going to start doing our chicken. We want to season it very well. So the very first thing that I start with is pepper. All right, common ground black pepper. I usually like a coarse ground pepper, but right now we have the fine, so we're gonna roll with that. And you're just gonna get it on the chicken as evenly as you can because we're going to end up rubbing all this in with our hands anyway. The next thing we're going to do is kosher salt. All right, and now we're going to do our special seasonings right here. This will give it the achiote flavor as well as a little smokiness from the paprika. some garlic, some onion, and a few other special ingredients in here that I can't really tell you about. And we're just going to sprinkle this on the chicken. We're going to go very heavy with this because we want the chicken to pick up this flavor. From there, we're going to go into this smoking pan of oil. Now you want this pan smoking just like this because what we're going to do is put a nice hard sear on these chicken thighs. What that sear will do is lock in all of this delicious flavor that we just put on these thighs. So that way you can ensure that all that achiote flavor, all that paprika, all that garlic powder, that onion powder will sear into the skin and into the meat, making it for a much flavorful piece of chicken. So now that we've got our chicken seasoned, we've got our jalapenos roasting, the next thing we got to do is sear our chicken. Come on, guys. Alright guys, here we go. We're going to go for the sear now. So what you want to do is, after you've seasoned all that chicken, you want to face it skin side down. Alright, make sure that the pan is evenly coated with oil. You don't want too much. I would say maybe about 3 to 4 teaspoons of oil. Once you get it smoking hot, just lay it down. And when you lay it down, you want to lay it away from you so that way the oil, the excess oil, will pop it away from you. Alright guys, so we had the chicken in for about a minute or so. When you're working with paprika, achiote, spices, things like that, and you start to sear, you want to make sure that you don't burn them, because they'll go from dark brown to golden brown to black just that quick. Oh, that's beautiful. When you see this sear that's happening, guys, this is what you want. You want that sear, that crust. That means that you're locking in flavor, right? And you just want enough for color because we're going to finish this in a 350 degree oven for about another 20 minutes. This smells delicious, guys. If you're doing this at home, you should be able to get all the seasonings, all the spices. You should be able to smell all that deliciousness. We're done with this. You can go right back on the pan. And don't worry about your chicken touching the raw chicken because it's all going to get cooked in the oven. Now we're going to go again with another round. Now the most important part is that you get this pan piping hot again, because if it's not hot, it will not sear the proper way. So make sure it has oil in the pan still and that oil is smoking. Alright guys, so this is the 50% product right here. You see the doneness on the chicken, that bright red color, nice crisp, so that way it gives you a nice crunch when it comes out of the oven. You want to throw this in between 350 and 400 degrees And there we have it. We're gonna turn our attention to these lovely jalapenos. Now, they've been in the oven, all right? You wanna get a char on them, not burnt, but you wanna get a char. The char will give it a smoky flavor. If you burn these, it'll be burnt all the way through and through and it'll taste bitter, all right? Now, we're gonna use these in our rice, all right? And I'm gonna show you how right now. All right, guys, so we're gonna turn our attention now to the jalapenos. Now, it's very important that you guys wear gloves if you're not used to working with jalapenos, because the spice from the seeds will actually go into your hands, and then you rub your face or any other part of your body and it's not very comfortable, so you want to be careful. All right, now I took off the top and I'm gonna go right up the side here and open it up. You see all those seeds right there? That's what you want to get out. Now, take your chef knife and just want to dig them all out just like that. Now, if you like spice, of course, you can keep the seeds in there. But my kids, they hate it. And we're just gonna do the same thing to this other jalapeno. I'm only using 2 jalapenos because I just want the flavor of the jalapenos, and then we're gonna end up sauteing these as well. All right, guys, so we're gonna use the same pan that we seared the chicken in. It's very important because now we're building flavors, all right? So we're gonna start with dicing up our jalapenos, all right? And you just want a small dice on this because it is going in a rice dish. And you want to think about every time you get a spoonful of rice, do you want something large going in your mouth with the rice, or do you want something small? Visually, how is it going to look? Do you want large chunks, or would you prefer smaller chunks? Now, I'm using my daughter's chef knife. I bought this for her a few years ago. It does the job for at-home cooking. All right. So now that we got that done, we're gonna go right into the pan. All right. Now, with that, we're gonna add our diced onions, and we're gonna take a bulb of garlic. Now, I usually cut this in half because it's going into our rice dish. Peel off the excess skin, and it's okay if you leave a little skin on because this is gonna cook into the rice. Take this, and we're gonna go straight into the oil and get a nice cook on that bulb of garlic. And just let this go. You wanna cook this down until the onions are translucent and you can start to smell the aroma of the garlic and the jalapenos. So, this is where we're at with our onions, jalapenos, and our garlic. Everything is cooking down nicely. Now at this point, you want to add your rice. So I have about 2 cups of rice right here. It's gonna go right in the pan. And then you want to add about a tablespoon more of oil. Now the reason that we're adding a little bit more oil is because the vegetables have soaked up the oil from the chicken being seared. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for good flavor, but we're also looking to toast the rice. So I add a little bit more oil just to aid in toasting the rice. And we're just gonna mix this in and let this cook for about 3 to 5 minutes. You guys, if you could smell this right now, it smells amazing. Alright, now we're going to do a little cheat, you guys. Normally, I would do this in a pot and throw in some chicken stock, but for the sake of time today, I'm actually going to use a rice cooker. I know many of you own a rice cooker at home, so this should be a little easier for you. So now that everything is toasted, we got all the flavors melded together, we're gonna go right into our rice cooker. Making sure you get everything in the pot. You don't want to waste anything. And I love doing rice like this, any type of Latin or Mexican or Spanish style of rice, because it has so much depth of flavor. And that's what we're building here, depth of flavor. I mean, I could teach you just how to get it done and cook, but you could learn that anywhere. You guys, after you finish watching this series, you will learn how to build flavor. Alright guys, now just need to add a little bit more salt. Not much. Now, then you want to add your liquid. Now, the ratio for any rice is 1 to 2. Alright? So, for each cup of rice, you want to add double the amount. So if it's 1 cup of rice, it's 2 cups of water. I've done 2 cups of rice, so how much water should I add? That's right, you guys, 4 cups. Alright? And once you work with rice long enough, you can sort of gauge it, because each rice is different. They absorb some absorb more water than others, but it's usually a 1 to 2 ratio. Sometimes it's about 1/4 of a cup under that ratio, so maybe not 2, maybe a cup and 3/4, but generally it's a 1 to 2 ratio. All right, now that we got our liquid in, our rice has been salted, and we have all of these aromatics and good flavors. We're gonna start this and let it cook. Alright guys, so we got our chicken working right now. We also got our rice working right now, and we're gonna start the prep for the asparagus. But we've done a lot of prep, gotten a lot of stuff ready. Our chicken's been in the oven for at least 15 minutes. So let's check it just to make sure that we're good. Oh, look at that. Beautiful. Let's throw it back in for another 10 minutes and we should be ready. Alright guys, so our next step is this delicious asparagus. Now, we're doing brown butter in this pan over here. Alright. Now, the trick is to get this brown and not burnt. So you have to control your heat. Now you see how that's starting to turn brown? And now that it's turning brown, we want to add our asparagus. I have pencil asparagus. Make sure you prep the asparagus by cutting off the bottom ends of it. About 2 inches from the bottom is what you want to cut. Alright, so now that it's brown, I'm going to throw some of this asparagus in. want to let that go. Alright guys, so this is about 30% done. You see how the brown butter has coated it? Alright, now at this point you want to add some lime juice. Now I've already cut up some limes. Just going to squeeze this into the asparagus. Oh man, that smells so good. I haven't added any salt or pepper to the vegetables just yet. Put them down just a little bit more because, like I told you, this is going to be a lime salt brown butter asparagus. Right? We're going to finish with the salt. Alright guys, so we're pretty much there. We have this beautiful jalapeno rice. See that garlic in there? We have our chicken thighs, beautiful crust on it. And we have our brown butter lime asparagus, lime salted asparagus. So this is the last thing that we have going. After the asparagus is done, we're going to finish it with our lime salt and then plate up. Alright guys, so we're done and now it's time to plate. First we're going to do some of the rice. Alright, now we're going to do this beautifully seared chicken thigh. And our brown butter asparagus. Alright, and now a little bit of garnish. And some cilantro. And voila, we have achiote and culantro chicken thigh with jalapeno rice and salted brown butter and lime asparagus. Enjoy.